Yep.
Yes, lovely people. Liverpool 4 losses in a row. Maguire missed a chance to die minutes last season, but scores the winner this season. A lot of questions about Slot, a lot of questions about some of these players. Look, Husam isn't here, and the reason why we haven't started on time is because Husam has had a power cut. He hasn't got electricity or internet at the moment, so he's not overslept. Me and Tom aren't late. Matt's not late.
I mean, I wasn't late. I wasn't late. I can't speak about Mr. Callum Sanderson here, but I wasn't late.
I was on time. But yeah, people, sit back, relax. It's Hassam's channel with me doing the intro. Let's get into this. Husam, run the intro music if you can, please, bro. If you can't, I'm just going to keep...
right. Well, I think what's going to have to happen, Carl, we're just going to have to keep going on. One of us is going to get interrupted by this video.
Yeah. Do you know what?
This is brilliant. This is just...
This is live,
It would be like this. It would be like this after...
It would have to be like this, innit? Just like Liverpool's season at the moment, just like how Liverpool are playing, Hassam's channel has a power cut at the moment. Tom, where do we start with this breakdown, bro? Because I'll be honest with you.
Do we have to start with it? Can we not just talk about, like, do you remember the good old days? I went back to the good old days yesterday. Remember how good we were in 2018 and like 2019? We were so good then.
Do you remember how good we were last season?
We were good then. Remember how good we were in 21? We were good then. There were so many games that we were dead good in, and now we don't play like that.
Tom, I said a lot of things over the summer and got ridiculed for a lot of things over the summer.
I think a lot of us said a lot of things in the summer which maybe haven't aged the most fantastically well so far.
I'm talking about personnel stuff. Tom, I'm going to take this time while Hassam's giving us free reign, which he should never have done.
Oh.
I want us to go through every single player and actually dissect what's going on. I'll start with Managerial. I don't think he did much wrong yesterday. I know people have been critical about the first goal. It's very close to his body. He's made himself big. He's just gone to a part of
it shouldn't get to that point where he's got to save the one-on-one.
Exactly.
I also think he's not going to be as good on one-on-ones because of his size.
Yeah, he probably won't be. And I know a lot of people say Alisson saves that. Yeah, Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the world. He does save it. that's the best goalkeeper in the world, though. To compare Managerial to the best goalkeeper in the world is very unfair, in my opinion, because we never did that with Kelleher. Bradley weren't poor yesterday.
I don't think he did all that much wrong yesterday. I just don't think that we were very well set up. Going forwards, he was pretty anonymous as he has been most of the season. Defensively, I don't think he was much of a problem yesterday. I certainly don't think that United were attacking down his side. Because they played Dallow and Thingy. Had Dallow and Luke Shaw on the left-hand side, so they could neutralise everything. I don't think Bradley was really the problem yesterday. And I think...
But he has been a problem this season, Tom.
In certain moments, yeah, but which right back hasn't been a problem this season? There've been problems. Frimpong's also been a problem at points, though. Bradley's played 5 games, Frimpong's played 3.
No, where's Frimpong played when he's come on?
I'm just going off starts. I'm going off starts there. Bradley started 5, Frimpong started 3. So Frimpong's played 1 as a top. He started the Community Shield. He started the first game of the season. He started Atletico Madrid.
He came off the first game of the season.
He did. He started. He got 60 minutes in the bank in the first game. He played the Community Shield. Played Atletico,
which he was brilliant in.
Played Southampton.
Poor.
We should go about Frimpong.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going through all the players in the minute.
Yeah.
To me, it's not a case of one's been massively mistreated over the other in a sense of he started all the games and he hasn't type thing. I think it's just a case of both of them have the separate problems when they play. I think Frimpong, he put in a very good cross yesterday. One of the only times I've seen him do that. But when you give him the ball in build up, he can't pass. Ironically, I'd say neither of them have actually been that bad defensively this year. Bradley's got a number of stupid yellow cards, but I don't think there's ever been really games where I'm going, fucking hell, you've got to get him off now because we are getting exposed down that side. I think he just gets himself into foul trouble a little bit and has to cool himself off. But I don't really think, even Everton, everyone goes on about the Everton game. Grealish didn't get much of anything out of him bar putting some crosses in. Grealish wasn't exactly ripping us apart and Bradley being dropped on the floor every time. So I don't think either right back has been a massive problem defensively. I just think that as a byproduct of the fact that the team is very disjointed building up, they're getting exposed a lot. There's a graphic going around today of where our build-up came from last year compared to this year. Last year, our two big, and again, I've told you this before, and I've now got graphics on Twitter, which everyone thinks are more important to back me up. Last year, Liverpool's entire build-up came through the fullbacks. We went from a 100%, so top 1% in the world, and top 9% in the world in build-up out of fullbacks to bottom 40%. Kirkers and Bradley are bottom 40%. They're not even in the top half of players who can build up from right back and left back. And Frimpong's not much better. So we've completely nullified our strength of build-up last year. And the big thing is we haven't picked it up anywhere else. So if you're going to sacrifice your build-up from wide areas, it's got to pick up in the middle. The problem is it hasn't picked up in the middle. So
that's because there is no middle.
There is no
middle.
Yesterday was horrendous. We'll get onto that when we talk about McAllister. What the fuck was that midfield shape yesterday? I don't know. But who's next? Centre-backs? Kanate. Actually very good. One of the only players.
Boss game. All right, let's just quickly. You know what? I'm here to kind of set the record straight.
I said this on the morning show as well, Matt, but I'm gonna let you say it.
All right. So here's the thing. So if Kanate had the game like Virgil yesterday, people will literally be saying transfer list him right now. Like that is unacceptable. Kanate was easily by far our best player. If Kanate wasn't like a warrior, we are getting battered in that game. Putting out too many fires again, overworked again, no protection from the midfield again. Virgil, see, someone said now Virgil has credit in the bank. But I don't give a damn about this credit in the bank. I care about now. Right now, Virgil is not playing the level that he should be playing at. We've seen a couple instances this season where he's been a little bit iffy. And yesterday was a prime example of, can we just be fair? Like, if someone has a bad game, we call it out. If someone has a good game, you praise them.
I think that's Van Dijk's first bad game of the season. Outside he wasn't good in the Community Shield as well. But again, I forget that one. Community Shield and yesterday was bad games. I think that yesterday Van Dijk really struggled because he was tasked with Cunha. So whenever Cunha dropped, Van Dijk was the one that was going to chase him. And Cunha,
he had problems with Bremo, Tom. He had problems with Bremo as well.
But that's because he's going to drop him with Cunha. Van Dijk has to do a lot of running and he doesn't like to do much running. So he was dropping him with Cunha. Wasn't quick enough on Cunha. So they're passing it out to Mbeumo. And because Kirkers, who we'll touch on later, was Milos Kirkers yesterday, Van Dijk's then going to go all the way over to cover Mbeumo and he just wasn't getting there. And his game was completely thrown off with that. Kanate dealt with everything that he had to deal with brilliantly. And I'm not taking away anything from his performance there. But it felt like under Klopp, he used to have both the centre-backs do it. So if he was your man, he'd be your man on your side of the pitch. So couldn't you drop to the on our right-hand side, Kanate go? Yesterday, it was like Van Dijk was just tasked with him wherever he went. And there were so many moments where Van Dijk's going, and I'm going, why are you leaving that spot there? Yeah. And we were leaving massive gaps.
They pulled us apart, basically. I don't exactly mean. Like, basically, it's like, instead of, because I even saw a part where, like, I think it might have been Kanate had to come over to the left-hand side. I can't remember where Virgil was. And I was like, where's Virgil? But even for even for the first goal, this is how bad, this is what I knew was going to have a bad game. So Virgil, obviously, it's accidental. Obviously, elbows McAllister, it's an accident, right? But then Virgil persists to try to win the ball high up, which is not like Virgil. Virgil normally backs off a little bit and assesses the situation before making a hasty decision. He didn't do that. Not dives in, but kind of like pushes up and tries to win the ball, leaves an open space, the ball gets played in behind, and now Kanate is having to cover that space that Virgil's created, and Kanate couldn't get over there quick enough. Like, it was such a bad mistake from Virgil. And the thing is, listen, Virgil had a really bad game. But what I'm saying is, guys, anyone can have a bad game. But, like, there's just no need to crash out all the time if someone has a bad game. Even if they had 2 bad games or 3 bad games out of a 38-game calendar. And this is what I mean. Like, you see when we talk about ball-playing centre-backs, I didn't see none of that from Virgil yesterday, by the way. I didn't see no ball play, and he's the ball playing centre back. Don't get twisted. But again, ball playing centre back nullified. Do you know who actually was our ball playing centre back yesterday? Kanate. And this is for the people that need to understand how football works. You see, when we talk about build up, Tom, and you're talking about like how our fullbacks like help with the build up and stuff, yeah, because we've had such a I know, but because our right back situation has been so disjointed, there's no cohesion there. So when Kanate's got the ball, have you noticed he hasn't really got an option? So like more times than not, he has to pass it back to the goalkeeper, or he pass it to Virgil. Hopefully Virgil can play a diag. But this time, it's almost like Man United. I don't know whether they did it on purpose, but it's like Virgil, I don't know if you noticed it, gave the ball a lot to Kanate and was saying, you be the ball playing centre back, which is actually kind of unusual. And you never guess what? Just quickly. He done exceptionally well at it. Want to know why? Because there were times when he had options. There were times when he was breaking lines with his passing. So look at the chance that he set up for Isak. If that's Van Dijk playing that pass, everyone's going crazy over it. But because it's Kanate, no one says nothing and goes, he can't pass, he can't do this, he can't do that. But guess what? He can. If the options are there and if the manager fixes up and gives people options where when they're on the ball, they have more than one option to receive the ball, players can make good passes. This is why we are disjointed. Our formation yesterday, just quickly, and I'm going off a rant here, but I need to say this. Our formation yesterday, was a 4-1-4-1. Gravenberch was the only player, I've gone back to see the game, was the only player in the midfield. Everyone ran ahead of him. So when Gravenberch has got the ball, all the Liverpool players are literally right next to a Man United player. Where the hell is Grav supposed to pass to? Why is no one making moves? Why is no one dropping deep to kind of receive the ball? Oh, you never guess what?
There was a guy dropping deep. Fucking the 130 million quid striker.
Florian Wirtz. Again, this was the perfect game for Florian Wirtz. Oh, I know. I'm going to drop Florian Wirtz. I'm just going to talk about him all week to not play him. That's great stuff because you told us for him to improve, he needs to play. He's got the quality, so you don't play him. And you persist with a midfielder who is in that. When I say to you, Cal will be the first person to tell you. You see McAllister, I gave McAllister all the prop in the world in his first season, even second season. But do you know what? I might have to retract back my statement and say McAllister is not world class, I'm being genuinely honest. I think he's an exceptional player. He's exceptional. But I think if you're world class, you don't play like that for this amount of time. I don't see Pedri doing this. I don't see Vitinho doing this. I don't see them players doing that, I don't know if McAllister's got something wrong with him, pre-season, whatever. All I know is that he needs to figure it out because with him not being at his optimal level, our midfield has been terrible. It has been terrible because Grav needs a crime partner. It does not work. It just doesn't. Curtis Jones, Tom, you've said it so many times. Curtis Jones should be playing each game right now, but instead he persists with McAllister. Explain that one to me, bro.
If I could, I would. The part that bothered me most about the McAllister thing is you've sat there and not used Wirtz in the position that you should be playing all season, and in the one game you employ that position, you don't play him. And then when he comes on, when you bring him on, you tell him to not play that position, but instead be a fucking right DM.
When I saw that,
and on the ball playing side of it,
it
comes down to the structure setup. Isak was very right hand side. They showed the graphic in the first. All of his touches were on the right hand side. We had them nowhere near the left hand side because we were leaving the left hand side for McAllister. But the problem is, like you said, everyone's pushing forwards and no one's actually making a run. We just had McAllister and Szoboszlai stand on their centre backs and do fuck all.
And just stand there. I did. This is Tom and Carl. Yeah, guys, please chime in. Yeah, when you saw that game and you saw it being played out, even though you knew things weren't working, did you actually understand what he was trying to do though? Because sometimes you might not see something or you think it's not working, but you know what he's trying to do. I didn't quite understand what he was trying to do. I didn't understand it, bro.
Check this, guys. Yeah. We started the game with a pivot of McAllister and Gravenberch, or so we thought. But the pivot was actually Szoboszlai and Gravenberch to an extent. Obviously, it was a 4-1-4-1, but it was actually Szoboszlai who was dropping deeper than McAllister all game. Then we switched to a 4-2-4 with a pivot of Jones and Wirtz. Let that sink in, guys. We were 1-1. We brought off our striker and brought on a winger. Instead of bringing off one of our wingers.
Were we 1-1 at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, because then he scored. Remember, Tom, then he scored in the 9 minutes of the game.
No.
We were still 1-0 down when Kesa came on.
But what? No, but the point is,
his last sub was Frimpong for.
But isn't Cal still right though? So when the ball, when they scored, no, but when obviously we got back into the game, but when we were when it was 1-1, Verts was still playing in the pivot next to Curtis Jones.
Because we had no mid, we had fuck all else we could do.
No.
Because he jumped everything.
He jumped the gun.
He jumped everything with the subs.
Like
so once we made it back to 1-1, he couldn't exactly go right. We can just reverse it because he only had 3 midfielders on the pitch, and one of them was at right back.
I could tell you what he could have done. He could have gone Frimpong at right back and put Subba back in the pivot with Jones.
Who would have guessed?
Pretty easy.
Who would have guessed? And you never guess what? This is how you know the manager has kind of like he's fallen in love with something that's worked and thought it's going to work again. Szoboszlai right back this season, he's actually done very, very well considering he's never really played there before. But you never guess what? The way how they scored, Szoboszlai made a mistake that led to their, if I'm not mistaken, led to their corner.
The way they scored is, again, the fact that...
No, but how did the corner come about though, Tom? Can you remember?
But I can't sit there. We're going to concede corners in the game. It's about...
No, but I think...
We're missing the point, brother.
No, I get it. So, man, it's a stupid... First of all, it starts with Szoboszlai trying to win a free, trying to get Dorgu booked because he takes a free kick quickly and hits him and then goes, referee's in the way there. And then the ref goes, you're a cheating little shit, go take the throw in. And then we take the throw in, it ends up back at Mamardashvili, who, for the second game in a row, we insist on passing to his weak foot.
Yeah.
Lane, your fucking backup goalkeeper, is left-footed. So it goes to Mamardashvili, who then fucks up the pass out. And then Szoboszlai concedes a corner on, I think it was Cunha or someone at that point, Sesko on the pitch. And then from the corner, I don't know if you've seen back the corner goal. Once again, as he'd done against Crystal Palace, Cody Gakpo vacates his defensive responsibilities the moment the ball is halfway cleared.
He runs.
He legs it up the pitch. And when they put the cross back in, Konate's on a 1v4. Because Gakpo, who was marking Maguire, ironically, is outside our box waiting for a counter-attack.
Just quickly, Tom, you might have spotted this, or you can correct me on this quickly, and you as well, Cal. You see, when we defend from corners, is it a mixture of Van Dijk and Konate are zonal, but everyone else is man-to-man? Have you guys noticed that?
I wouldn't say we're man-to-man outside of them.
You wouldn't say so?
I'd say that what we are, there's two positions.
Because I feel like we are. Because like Virgil and Konate pick up the specific zones, and everyone else has to get someone.
Van Dijk and Konate effectively take up the corners of the 6-yard box. So in line with the posts, but on the 6-yard box. Yeah. So if the ball comes in, they can head it away. But if we were man-to-man, we wouldn't have 3 people at the front post when they're loading the back post. If we were man-to-man, the front post would be fucking empty. What we do, it's zonal to a degree. So if someone's in your zone, you'll end up marking them, and oftentimes it'll be man marking. But we're not a case of once Van Dijk and Thingy are set up, then everyone else just picks their own man up. Because if that's the case, we defend better. Because I do stand. I'm old fashioned. Man to man is better at defending than fucking zonal. Yeah, and it would have been yesterday.
Confusing. Yeah,
it would have been yesterday because zonal's a problem. Because what if you just overload the fucking zone?
Yeah,
you got 3 people standing there, dick in their hands, doing nothing because I can't leave my zone.
Yeah, big pause on that one. But I hear what you're saying, big pause. But I know
and then at the back post, you got a poor fella with 4 different players in his zone, and he can't manage them all.
So sorry for Ibu. When the ball got played in the air, and I saw him, I thought there was going to be someone else behind him. So at least it's like 2 versus 3. Bro, when the ball got played in, and I just saw Ibu by himself, I just said to myself, "You've got to be joking me! Like, who? Like, how was that even allowed to happen? Like, but again, this is what happens when you're not playing well.
It was allowed to happen because Gakpo, again, you know what, as well, I don't even think Gakpo was that bad yesterday. I thought he was quite good. I thought he was one of the only attackers that was consistently causing problems for Manchester United. But that's 2 games now this season where we've dropped points because he's vacated defensive responsibilities at the wrong moment.
And you're still playing next game because you got 2 of his shots hit the post. So
I mean,
the manager
again, though, he was good yesterday.
He was dangerous, though. But
he was good.
Can I say something on the Gakpo thing? You see the first one. Yeah. I know it comes off the post, and I said this on the morning show.
You should take it closer.
Not even just that. His greatest strength is his greatest weakness, in my opinion. You see how he's got such a hard and powerful shot. Because he has that in his locker and he knows he's got that in his locker, every shot he takes, he just holds circle down for as long as possible. That one, the first one yesterday, I know it's unlucky coming off the post. He doesn't need to hit it with that amount of power. The second one that comes off the post, I have no issue with. Extremely unlucky. The header, brother, the header,
bro. Don't
the header.
that is. I
And then the other one that comes off the post is him miscrossing it, with a miscross.
No, his cross gets deflected onto the post, doesn't it? And then everyone's just flat-footed.
Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, you know, I'm not gonna say because I've been told I've got a Gakpo agenda. I'm just saying, where's Rio in it?
No, but I don't think Gakpo. I agree on the first one. He probably should have taken it a little bit closer. I don't have much of a gripe with it. The header he's got to be doing better on. But
The header should be a goal.
Yes. It should
the thing is, though,
in the same way, though. In the same way, I'll be harsh here. I spent 130 million quid on a striker this summer
who should have finished 100%.
And he said he was ready.
That's the kind of chance. That's the kind of chance that last year I would get onto Nunes over. I'd sit there and go, "How are you not burying that?"
Yeah.
And the other striker that we bought has already buried one of them this year. So I look at that and go, "Yes, Gakpo should have scored in the same way. Isak should have scored in the same way. Mohamed Salah, when the ball falls to him 5 yards out and he's got two players closing down there, should just do the smart thing and knock it back across goal to where Verts, Jones,
and he taps it in,
and someone else are unmarked.
And
there's no goalkeeper in the goal. But again, he makes the wrong decision. Too many players are making the wrong decision at the minute.
You're right in what you're saying, and everyone will sit there and go, "Yeah, but you know, Gakpo could have had a hat trick if they didn't hit the post, and Salah could have scored, and Isak should have scored on a different day that goes in." You're right, but you know what the real concern is for me? Man United could have had about 3 or 4 more goals as well. So you see, if Slot comes out and does the whole, but you know, we had this chance and that chance. I don't want to hear it. Man United came to Anfield and got a deserved 2-1 win. Not just a 2-1 win, a deserved 2-1 win. Because they could have had more goals. I keep on saying this because everyone goes, "Yeah, we're missing Trent." We are missing Trent, obviously. I never saw Man United have Trent in their team. I never saw Arsenal have Trent in their team, Chelsea, all these other teams. All these other teams can play out from the back, but we can't. That's nothing to do with Trent. That's to do with poor coaching. That's poor coaching. Because only 2 teams in their history have had Trent in their team. And that is Liverpool and Madrid.
And one doesn't even fucking use him.
One's not even playing him at the moment because he's injured.
But even when he was fit, he was on the bench because they
so 2 teams in history. 2 teams in history have had Trent. Liverpool and Real Madrid. But now because he's gone, we're just letting everyone off the hook because they can't play out from the back. So I
don't think we're letting.
And I'll be honest, sorry to cut you again, Tom. He doesn't change that. If he's on the pitch yesterday, he doesn't change it.
He's slightly better passer, but doesn't fix the issue. I agree.
He doesn't fix it.
The deep-rooted problem is the build-up doesn't make sense. You've bought 2 fullbacks that need to be high up the pitch to have an impact, and you make them stay dead deep where they're uncomfortable. How many times yesterday? Kirkes in the second half was actually a relative threat because he was getting the ball in their half, facing forwards, having space to drive into and put crosses in or play it to the winger. In the first half, I'm trying to do the stupid fucking 4-1 build-up again. He's getting the ball and he's just passing it backwards because he's got no body shape. He's got no idea of how to progress a ball. I've been saying this now for 24 days. For 24 days straight, I am a broken record. The manager needs to start playing Curtis fucking Jones. I do not care what anyone in the fucking comments or anyone on Twitter has against that man. You need to start playing Curtis Jones to fix some of these problems.
Sorry, change subjects. I know this is, I know it's not directly linked to Liverpool or anything, but it's a bit of sad news, very sad news actually. Stuart Pearce's son has passed away following a vehicle accident of some sort. 21. That is crazy. Wow. Condolences go out to Stuart Pearce and his family, man. That is crazy. That is crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness me. Sorry to change the subject on you there, Tom. And I just thought, let me just shed a bit of light on that and send condolences because
rest in peace, son.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah. I don't know how we pivot back now.
I can pivot back to my old point on Curtis Jones.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
You're looking at the problem in build-up. I just think it gets very easily solved by playing Jones and Gravenberch together. and then the pair of them can just be told when it. So, for example, if the ball or if the space is on the right-hand side, Ryan, you drop into centre-back so you can progress the ball on the right-hand side. If the space is on the left-hand side, Curtis, you drop into centre-back on the left-hand side. So we have the back three, so we have an element of stability. We can push the full-backs forwards and get them into areas where they want to receive the ball, and we keep the ball progression at a decent enough level, whilst also having a DM there. So if we need to do give and goes to the DM in the middle of the park, you can do so. What we do though is keep fullbacks in dodgy positions where they don't want to be. We leave one DM like he's social fucking distancing and can't be within 3 yards of the next teammate. And then we sit there and go, oh, why can't we get the ball forward? Remember that graphic that used to go around on Twitter of Liverpool? It was like a diagram of the box, and it was around our box. It was defend, Van Dijk heads it away, yada, yada, yada. And then all the way to their box was just fucking squiggly lines going, the ball magically gets up the pitch.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how we played the minute. There's no idea to get the ball up the pitch. It's just we defend if we can. And then the ball magically goes up the pitch by some magical deity. And then we try and score goals. That's not how it fucking works. That's not how it works. I don't know what our build-up... I don't get why our build-up is so... I do get it. I don't get why he's not changing it, is probably the better answer. I don't get why. I don't get what he's seeing at the minute to make him persist. What positive signs are you seeing that I'm not?
So here's the thing. He'll argue and say, look how many chances we created. Fact is, we created those chances against a rubbish Man United team. So that isn't something for me to go crazy about. Shout out to someone in the community called Pimp and Distress. I think he's in Sam's community. So I'm almost certain he is. He literally just sent me a stat. He says, from an XG standpoint, Liverpool have scored 3 from a possible 9.53 in their last 4 games. Now, here's the thing. Goals do change games. And I'm not even sitting there saying that it's all on Slot. It's not. We'd be lying if we said that, right? But bloody hell, like, come on now. Like, it's not just... And look, I'm not even saying the stats wrong. 3 out of 9 is poor.
It's not 3 out of 9. It's closer to about 3 out of 7, I'd say.
Even still, it's still not great, right? But my whole thing is the actual football itself is really bad. The football itself is leaving us questioning what is going on every single game. That is not a good thing, in my opinion. In fact, that's a very bad thing. And the fact that we have this wealth of talent, but yet he just continuously gets it wrong. I keep on speaking about combinations, Tom. For me, if you play Frimpong, you go Robbo right back. Sorry, Robbo left back. If you go Bradley right back, yeah, I'm good with Kirkins going left back. If you're going McAllister in the pivot, then Wirtz can't play. Robbo has to play in the 10. So I'm cool. But you see, if you're playing that midfield 3, it's got to be Ekitike as opposed to Isak, because Ekitike will drop in and Sobo will make runs beyond Ekitike. If you're playing,
I had no confidence when the lineup came out. I looked at the lineup and went, he's got it wrong.
In one of my WhatsApp groups, I'm livid with the lineup. What is and again, I'm not even trying to do the whole nitpicking. Remember in the summer when I kept on getting that, Sam particularly, and was like, look, McAllister's our best midfielder, but he's not our most important. I think we're starting to see that now. And I'm not even going to jump on the whole, let's sell McAllister, get him out. I'm not nowhere close to that. But this notion that McAllister has to play every game, Slot needs to change that. Because there's nothing McAllister's doing right now that warrants a start. He's not been better than Sobo this season. He's not been better than Curtis Jones. He hasn't been better than Graham Birch. He hasn't been better than Wirtz this season. So why on earth is he starting? Salah, I mean, do you know what? I put Salah and Gakpo in the same category. Why on earth is Chiesa not getting more minutes than Salah and Gakpo right now?
Because he's not a favourite.
In fact, I would argue at the minute, Gakpo's more deserving of the minutes than Salah because they're both playing shit, but at least one of them is still getting output to a degree.
Fairs, I don't have an issue with that. Why is it that Rio can't get minutes anymore? I was told in the summer, we don't need another left winger. We got Rio. Why doesn't the manager believe that then?
Why is the manager using arguably our best midfielder alongside Grav this season as the 10 as the DM, as the right back. Why can't you just put him in centre mid with his?
I'll be honest with him. The way I
Yeah.
see it, he can't. He shouldn't be in the pivot. Your pivot has to be Jones and Gravenberch. It's
But
the only
you know
one.
what,
It's the only one that has the balance. It's the only one that
Tom,
has the balance of progression
Tom,
and
I've got
defensive
no
stability.
problems with Curtis Jones starting. But the whole notion, though, is Szoboszlai is not a freaking right back. Don't play him there. Stop doing that whole because it worked in a couple of games that it's okay to do it now. That's my argument. So you're right, Tom. I've got no issues with Curtis Jones starting in the pivot. In fact, he should be starting because when Jones came on, he brought on some control and he brought on even a bit of urgency. And that's mad coming from Curtis, who can be a bit passive at times, but Curtis kind of knows what to do. I don't know what it is with Arne Slot and some of the player selection. Again, like imagine bringing on Frimpong and your first thought was to put him at right wing, but he's a right back / right midfielder.
I'll be honest. I don't think the manager sees him as a right back.
I don't think he does, Tom. Which is so why buy him? I need the. You know what it is. I've said this for a minute now. What we're doing isn't working. The players that should be playing are being shoehorned or not playing in their rightful position. Change the freaking form. You got to try something. When things aren't working, don't just keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. You can see it's not working. Teams have figured this out. Now, let's do something that could maybe... It's almost like saying, all right, let's play our Joker card, yeah? Whether it's 3 at the back, whether it's a diamond that I prefer, we've got to try something a bit different, just to offset, even if it's just for how many games to get us back into rhythm, just to get the play something like familiar. Remember, formation is just a formation. That's all it is, just where you're starting. You look at Man City over the years, they had multiple formations that they used to play. It's about players being comfortable, though. And our players right now are not comfortable in what they've been asked to do.
I think the three of us all have different ideas on how we think that you can fix this. I think it's as simple as switching to a 4-4-2/4-box-2. Commit to playing Isak and Ekitike up top together.
Yes.
So that because I think that Ekitike has probably been our best forward, all things considered, this season.
Bro, you know the diamond.
I'm once again. I'm once again. Yesterday,
Vert's in the top of the diamond. Jones, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch. I know what you're gonna say. The wings. I hear it.
I'm not a big fan of that. I can see the appeal to it. I'm not a big fan of it. Me personally, I'm looking at going Ekitike, Isak, and then ironically, you know what? Mohamed Salah can be the backup in that spot. If one of them two isn't playing because you want to save one of them, Salah can go do the other one.
Yeah, Salah can play up front, one of the other strikers, 100%. Yeah.
And then in behind, I want Wirtz, Szoboszlai, or Chiesa. I want two of them three filling those spots just in behind. They all have the ability to drift wide or operate centrally, as we've shown, as the manager keeps forcing Chiesa to do, so he's learned. And then your pivot has to be Jones and Gravenberch with McAllister as your backup. And then you've got the right idea of balance. And then your big problem out of possession, because how shit was our press yesterday? There was a moment where they just passed through us like you wouldn't believe. So what I'm doing there is just, but so that's what I'm trying to fix there by putting. I understand that Isak and Salah are my two worst pressers, so I'll put them where you can at least likely win the ball. But you can just look, if you're looking busy pressing the centre back, that's fine, because we're not going to win the ball off the centre backs like that. And then putting all my best out of possession people in the second phase. So once the defenders pass the ball, that's when you jump. That's when Szoboszlai can press. That's when Wirtz can press. That's when Gravel or Jones can win their duels in the middle of the park. Because what we do now is Szoboszlai goes and presses someone, and then they pass around him. And then my only good out of possession player is so far behind the game now that he doesn't have a chance to get back and win it. So we end up then with one pass, they take out 4 of our players, and 3 of them weren't asked anyway.
You know what? Yeah, just quickly. So yeah, just quickly. Last season, Salah had his monumental, great season of all time. Yeah. So your main player is out of form and looking very stinky. This is where I look at the manager and go, all right, I've got to make a bold decision here. Salah is not playing well, and he was everything last year. But until I see something different in training or a mentality switch, Salah, you're going to have to hold bench. it'll be the first time Mohamed Salah's actually probably been challenged by a manager, and it actually might help him, because what the manager's doing is he's just allowing Salah to play. And you know, sometimes when it's like, nah, bruv, you just got to come off the pitch, like you're making it worse for yourself. Yesterday was a prime example. You know, Salah of last year just gives that to Wirtz, and Wirtz bangs that in. But we're not doing that. So what I'm saying is this: Cody Gakpo was a little bit unlucky yesterday, but all in all, our wingers in general are not playing well. So that's why I'm saying, don't rely on your wingers right now, because they're not both. Gakpo a little bit better, but Salah terrible. Play a midfield where we're a bit more compact in midfield, whether it's a diamond, whether it's Tom's 4-2-2, because all we're doing is we're doing the same thing over and over again. We give the ball to Salah, we give the ball to Gakpo, they cut inside, and we're trying to see if we can make a run off. And what people are doing is they're just blocking off that pathway. And our fullbacks, like Conor Bradley, are doing their best number 10 impression. And Kirkes, I'll be real, I don't know what's going on with Kirkes. I don't even know if Kirkes even understands what he's supposed to do. He just looks confused all the time. You see 1 minute he's sprinting up the pitch, and he's like, Cody, give me the ball. Cody don't plays it to him. Then Cody's looking for the overlap. Kirkes just stays where he is. It's like there's no cohesion. So what I'm saying is, give me a diamond. Give me the 4-2-2 that Tom's saying. Even Cal, you're free at the back. Just try something different. If it doesn't work, you know, people, I know we wouldn't want to take a loss, but at least we can all sit there and go, do you know what? The manager did try, you know. It's not like we didn't ask him to try
it's why I don't have as much.
It's the not trying thing that really frustrates me.
People get mad at it when I say it. I have less of a problem with the loss against Palace than I do with the loss against United and Chelsea, because he tried something different against Palace and it didn't work. But you know what? I can't knock him for trying it. The problem is against Chelsea, against United, he done the exact same thing, which caused the exact same problems, and expected it to change. That's the definition of insanity. It didn't work against Chelsea. Why is it going to work now?
Sorry to cut you, Tom. I hear what you're saying to an extent, but you see the whole, I let him off because he tried something different against Palace. So I'll tell you why I don't let him off with that. Because I think everyone could see that weren't the way to play against Palace. So even though it's something different from the norm, it still didn't make sense, because you gave Palace all the time and space in the areas where they could damage us the most. So I get it. Let's be honest, yesterday, and I got to disagree with you again, Tom, I don't think he did the same against Chelsea as he did against Man United. In Chelsea, was a pivot. Against Man United, it was a 4-1-4-1. It was complete. Like, he literally said,
I should have said played the same lineup then. I should have said played
that's absolutely spot on. But Grav got the ball, and Grav looked up and said, okay, I can see Man United players. So I'm going to have to now pass back or sideways, because I can only see Man United players. Because not only were McAllister and Sobo playing in the pockets in between the defence and midfield, they were also hiding behind midfielders. So really and truly, let's say Graham Birch did the madness and he passed it through Ivan Needle and it hit Szoboszlai. So Szoboszlai's got his back to goal. So if he has a good first touch, he's got a defender right up the back, pause, and then he's got a midfielder who just turns and he's running into. So all he can do is pass backwards or sideways as well. The whole point of your passing channels is so that the third person in the triangle, which alternates, by the way, is able to turn out and advance with the ball. You go pop, 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 pop. Okay, you turn now. Pop, 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 you turn. Whoever's the third person in the triangle is meant to turn out. And the third person doesn't always have to be the first person to turn out. That changes. But the third person is always meant to be the one who turns out with space. Even yesterday, watching the game, we've all played football. If the ball's in the air and I'm looking at the ball and I'm about to header it, I should be able to hear someone go, you got time, bring it down. Clear your lines. I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing the ball in the air for time. No one around Ibu. Ibu's headering it and then looking around going, so what? No one could have told me I could have brought that down, no? Basics.
Yeah.
You see, if I'm at Power League and someone fizzes the ball to me, I'm expecting to hear, Cal, turn, or Cal, you got man on you, or Cal, pass it straight back. When I play five-a-side, if I'm the last man and I play the ball out to someone, the first thing I do as soon as I pass the ball is hold it, pass, hold it, turn out. You got time. These are basics of football, and I'm seeing world-class footballers on a pitch not being able to utilize these fundamentals of football. That's coaching. I've got a coach who's not coaching my team right now. It's not good enough.
There's also a worry though that, and again, I know you do watch on, so I don't know if you can hear the audio from the game.
Sorry, Fonzie. Fonzie said, "Cal, get off the pitch, mate. We need quality." Fonzie, well played, bro. Well,
my days.
But the most alarming thing from yesterday was the crowd's reaction to the football we were playing. The amount of times there were groans and moans every time we turned to pass it backwards. I do wonder if Liverpool as a football club can ever truly accept the slow style of football that I think Arne Slott's desperate to implement.
Just quickly, you see, last year when we had our opening game, and obviously we played Ipswich, was the first game. What was our first home game last year?
Brentford,
right? Okay, so it was the first time seeing Liverpool under Arne Slot at home. The crowd, I wouldn't say was moaning and groaning, but they're just quite quiet. They didn't really know how to kind of like respond. But I think as the season went on, we kind of understood this is what we was in for. And that's always because we always had belief. Because in my opinion, in the first, say, 15 games of the season, I would say, we would mainly control games. We just maybe didn't do enough to put teams away, but we always control games. Have you noticed now, due to the tactics that he now wants to employ, we can't control the game. We allow teams to have too much. Like I said it to Cal and Jiff on the watch along, I was like, why is it so easy for the opposition to get into our box so easy? Do you know the amount of times Ahmad and Mboma go into the box? Even if we shut them off, but they are able to get in there. Why was we not able to do that? We're the home team. We're supposed to put in pressure on them, but we allow other teams confidence. And I don't understand why we do that now. And I said it, I was like, I hate to bring them up because they're our rival, but do you think Arsenal would ever allow Man United to look that dangerous? They just wouldn't.
The first game of the season.
I hate that. That's first game of the season.
But Man United were away from. Man United were at
Arsenal
home.
were away from home. But just in general, what it is, I know we cuss Arsenal, whatever, and Arteta is a control freak, but they control games. They're very measured. The football might not be, but they're very measured. Now, I'm not saying we play like Arsenal. I'm not saying that at all. Don't take it out of context.
I don't think Liverpool can be that style of measured, though.
No, but we can go back to last year, though.
Yeah.
Last year, people used to say, "Oh, you're kind of boring." No, I don't care if we're boring. We're winning games, bro. Yes, we're only winning games by one margin, but but we was always in control. Always felt like we was going to win the game. Do you know what I mean?
We had control last year, but
yeah,
I don't think that was a long-term setup. That was like the perfect mix of Klopp ideologies and Slot ideologies. And I don't think Slot wants to run that as a long-term solution. And I don't think he will run that as a long-term solution.
So what are we trying to do? Are we trying to control games or not then? I'm confused.
I don't know what we're trying to do. I've watched 11 games this season and I couldn't tell you what the fuck our game plan is. I've got no idea what we're trying to do.
Do you know what our game plan is? Give the ball to Salah or Gakpo and they drive with the ball and hopefully something will happen. I'm not joking. Go look at the way how we even get chances majority of the time.
I'm going to say something that's going to come across crazy reactionary right now. And I'm more than happy to be cooked for this in the future. If we're going to utilize these players at fullback and the players we have on the wings, we've got to change up the pivot completely. We need to get a destroyer in there. I'm talking about a full-blooded destroyer and a pass master. Because that's the only way it's going to work. Because we don't have.
That means going back to the market, Cal. That's something that we can't.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. If this is what Slot wants, that's the only way. You have to go and get a full-blooded destroyer and a pass. I'm talking about Angelo Stiller and bloody Edison, maybe.
But we shouldn't have to do. I know what you're saying because you're saying if he's going to go down this route. But you know what, Cal? I don't think he'll be given that amount of time. We have to be honest. I don't think FSG are as ruthless as maybe, obviously.
Liverpool as a football club isn't that ruthless.
Yeah, we're good. We'll give him time. But my worry is, though, if what you're saying is true, he ain't getting more money to go and make more adjustments. But you've got all the tools there. Make it work. You're the manager, bro. We can't be saying to man, you need more tools to succeed. I'm sorry. You can't spend 400 million and then say we need to buy more players. Do you get what I'm saying? You're not saying that, Cal.
We do need more players, but I'm saying.
But the squad we have, is good enough to win the league. If people don't think the squad is good enough to win the league, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh no, we're not
you're
saying.
seeing.
Well, I'm not saying that, man. I
Not
won't
you.
speak
No.
for
I
Ghana.
know. I'm just saying, like in general, for anybody that fit the manager's ideologies are just not working. Whatever he is trying to do is not working, but he will persist with it. And my worry is, you keep persisting with this foolishness, and the same thing is going to happen. And if it does continue, he'll be out of a job, you know. Just because he's won the league, don't let people think that because he's won the league, like rare. Because I'll say this: if Liverpool look like they're going to drop out the top 4, I think FSG will get rid of him. Do you want to know why? You think FSG can allow all them signings that we've just made and not be in Champions League and not get the Champions League money, and then have clauses like Adidas and them things? They start knocking on our door like Man United, asking for their money back.
Yeah,
we cannot allow to drop out of that top 4. You know,
right,
I want to make that abundantly clear. Liverpool Football Club cannot afford to drop out of the top 4 with what we have going right now.
Well, drop out of the Champions League, top 5 now, isn't it?
Yeah. But you get the Champions League. We can't afford that. We cannot afford that. You know.
Do either of you think Frimpong or Conor Bradley are top 5 in the league in their position?
I think Frimpong could be.
Could be, maybe.
If I got to see him play right back for a little bit of time, maybe he could be.
Yeah, because Frimpong's been decent. He's had one really bad game and maybe one iffy game, but Frimpong's been all right. Conor Bradley, listen, I'd be lying if I would.
Sorry to cut you. I'll change it.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think is the best right back in the league?
Timber.
Reece James.
Do you think our fullbacks are close to their level at all?
No, because I just think they're way bit. I just think defensively, like Timber is a problem.
I shout out to the chat. Timber, Reece James, Spence, Munoz. I'm gonna be real.
He's more of a Munoz kind of goes into the Frimpong category because he's more of a right mid.
Livramento.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I said this from how many times did I say Livramento is probably better than Conor Bradley?
Yeah, I've been saying this as well. I think they're all clear of our right backs. At left back, again, I've got to be real.
All right, but based off last season, Kirkes was in the conversation, but this season, the way he's been utilized, you say no.
I hear it.
This season.
I'm biased because he's one of my favorite players. I still think Robertson's one of the top left backs in the league.
Fair.
I don't think the left back pool is very good, but I do think Robertson's one of the best left backs in the league still.
Who, Robbo?
Mm-hmm. Not Kirkes, Robertson.
He's not, Tom.
He is.
Robertson not anymore. Robertson's like, obviously Robertson will be like in a top 8 conversation, but not like top 5 or top 3 anymore.
So who's the top 5 left backs on?
Cucurella.
Yeah, Cucurella.
I still think
Lewis Hall, yeah.
Yeah, I still think Thingy's cold, even though he's not. Is it cheating if I still put Gavardo there, even though he's playing centre back right now?
He's centre back now.
He's centre back now. Okay.
They bought Aït-Nouri, didn't they?
Calafiori.
I'm a bit iffy on Calafiori.
People don't like him. Calafiori's good.
Calafiori's a good left back. Who's the one?
I'm a bit iffy on Calafiori. I'm like a maybe. Aït-Nouri maybe for City, but even I don't think he's necessarily been.
He's been injured, isn't it?
They've been playing O'Reilly, innit? O'Reilly's good. He's decent, but I don't know if he's.
I think Aït-Nouri got injured. I think that's why he's not been playing.
Yeah.
So like,
see, people are saying he
but as you can see,
like, put them there yet because they're not
right back. It's no argue. I cannot argue for that because Frimpong hasn't played and Bradley hasn't.
I'm not going to lie. Tariq Mitchell right now.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that
for a while.
But that's 3. That's 3 names that we've got there: Lewis Hall, Mark Cucurella, and Tariq Mitchell. And you could maybe put Calafiori, but I'm a bit more iffy on Calafiori. But then we're talking about why can't Robertson? Why can't I suggest that Robertson, when he gets to play, because right now he's only played 2 games this season, when he's playing, even when he came on against Chelsea, I know that certain people are going on for the goal, even though he picked up a knock. When he came on against Chelsea, he was one of our better players.
He was. Tom, I don't have an issue with starting Robbo right now. In fact, I think Robbo should have started. Yeah,
he probably should have, because Kirkes just looks like he's struggling to deal with pressure and expectation.
Matt, I'm going to say, because I've been pretty consistent on this. Is he struggling to deal with the pressure, or is this just who he is?
A bit of both, maybe. I think struggling because he knows the standards. You know, when you're trying hard to impress because you feel like you've made mistakes in your and all them things there. Now your fundamentals are a bit iffy because you're over trying now. Not only that, just quickly, not only that, you goes away to national duty. If you go and sort away, and again, we could look at national duty and go, who did you play, right? I understand that as well. But when you're utilized in your more favorable position and as an auxiliary left back, you get the best out of Kirkes, though. You're not going to get the best out of Kirkes when he's part of that back three. And really and truly, he has to kind of like rely on Gakpo to make that pass. And Gakpo, 9 times out of 10, ain't really going to make that pass. So it makes him almost irrelevant. And what happens is the move breaks down, because unless Gakpo shoots or he dribbles and lose the ball, Kirkes has now got to sprint back. And you know what Kirkes will do? He'll try and dive in and try and win the ball back and be a bit overzealous. I've seen it. I've seen the story so many times this season. And it's because he's been caught up the pitch and he's sprinting back. That's unfair to him. Utilize him and give him the ball. If he loses the ball, that's different. But he's not even losing the ball. I mean, obviously, there's times he loses the ball, but you get the premise. Like, our build-up play is so bad that he's normally having to run and chase back. That's not.
I thought Kirkes was all right in the second half when he was played as more of a natural left back where he got to sit in their half and put them deeper crosses in. I thought he was fine. I didn't think he was a defensive problem. I thought he linked up well attacking wise. My big thing with him is his confidence is on the floor because we are putting him in the worst positions possible to succeed. Yeah. We are not helping him out whatsoever. Exactly. We're putting him in the positions that he can't play. I'm asking a fish to climb a tree, and I'm being angry at the fish for not climbing the tree.
Why are you asking him to invert?
That's a bar, Tom.
That is a bar still. I can't lie.
That's a bar.
I reckon he had that written down somewhere, but that's a bar.
That's
still.
a bar, Tom. Look, he smile, bro. That's a bar, bro. It's a bar. It's a bar. Yeah, asking a fish to climb a tree is mad. That's a bar. It's a bar, Tom. It's a bar, bro. I'm gonna use that. That's a bar.
No, you can't use that. You can't. We can't use that one. That's
no. I'll reference Tom, but I'm gonna use the bar.
That was bars.
With the Scouse accent as well. That bar cold. The bar's cold.
Yeah. We got the chat. See the chat. See the chat. I'll give you your flowers.
To climb a tree. Yeah, it's cold.
But you get what I'm saying. We're constantly asking him to receive the ball in positions that he can't fucking do anything with. Like the moment we pass him the ball when he's facing Van Dijk, we know what I'd always say Milos Kerkez has a worse right foot than Robertson because Robertson would use the right foot. He wasn't good on it, but he'd use the right foot. Kerkez doesn't even want to use the right foot. So what happens is Kerkez automatically cuts off any side of his game from about that angle. Anything beyond that point, he can't do. So we're giving him the ball here, where he's side on with the sideline, and he cannot physically pass forwards because he can't use his right foot. So the ball ends up going backwards to Van Dijk, and we just lose momentum because that pass is a nothing pass. It doesn't open up space. It doesn't cause a run because he'll pass the ball and he'll stand there, and he won't move. It won't open up space for anyone because it's just the same pass as before. For me, I don't get why he's not grabbing one of the pivots, putting them as a centre-back in build-up. So there's the three, and then that gives the license for the full-backs to get forwards and use their strengths at ball progression. I understand that my team has one player who's good enough at progressing the ball by passing, and it's Curtis Jones. And I need to understand that I can't put Curtis Jones everywhere. Even though I'd like to, I can't. So where can I put him to have the best impact with the other players that we've got? For me, that's dropping into the back line so he can use his passing to break a line and free up the players whose strength is running with the ball because Jones will pass the ball to them so where they've got open space to run into. Right now, we don't do that enough.
And Soboslai, I hear that. No, you're right. You're spot on. Jones, because even though Jones has that thing of sometimes he can hold on to the ball a little bit too long, but at least you kind of trust him with the ball. Like, yes, there might be the time when you might nick the ball off him when he gets a bit overconfident, but at least with Jones, he's kind of secure. Like, he might play this simple pass. He might just play a quick little 1-2 Virgil. He'll play it back to Virgil, get it back, and then he'll try and get us up the pitch. Whereas with Gravenberch, you're relying on that drop of the shoulder, and if he gets caught out, you're in problems. Do you know what I mean? And McAllister, I can't even lie. He's been space jammed. I just feel like McAllister needs to be taken out the firing line, just like Salah. Players that are not playing well, give them a break for at least 2-3 games. Just give them a break. It's like I can't understand how hard
it's not even that. It's not even that. I'm not saying I need to give them players a break. I'm saying give the other fuckers who play well a chance to make that starting spot their own. Because
same premise.
Chiesa deserves a spot, and I don't care who it's for. Jones deserves a spot. I don't care who it's for. Ekitike deserves a spot. I don't care who it's for. Robbo deserves a spot. I don't care who it's for. The players that in the limited game time they're getting, in the bad environments they're coming on in, and are still having impact on the game, deserve to start meaningful games now. Not Southampton in the fucking cup. I'm talking about we've got Frankfurt midweek in a Champions League game. If Kiesa's not starting that, questions. If Curtis Jones isn't starting that, questions. These players can handle 2 games a week. So after that, we've got Brentford. Do you understand that, like, I've been low this season. If I have to leave Brentford with no points and a Jordan Henderson masterclass on our head tops,
can I ask you guys a quick question?
that might be it. That might be it for me. The NBA
question.
FM would be out. I would retire. That would be my retirement.
No, I hear it. Genuine question, guys. Say the worst case scenario happens and we lose our next 2 games. Should Slot be fired?
No,
because let's not act like it can't happen. You know. Do you remember when we went in that horrible run with Jurgen Klopp when we kept on losing them home games? You know, when we just thought it wasn't possible.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. This is football. Like, you know, when things are going wrong, things go wrong. But I'm just saying, no, just genuine quick answer from you guys.
No.
Should the manager be fired if he loses the next 2 games? Yes or no?
No, but
no.
Matt,
you don't think so?
He's under pressure and he's got to sort it out. But no,
Matt, don't ask me these questions, bro. The answer is no. But the mind space told me in, bro.
He has told
this time next week, bro. I could be crashing all the way out.
Frankfurt is not going to be an easy game, and neither is Brentford at 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'm telling you from now. Like, listen, obviously, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Come on, I'm just saying, no, it's not out of the realms of possibility. And if it does happen, there is a serious conversation to be had. And I don't want to be one of them Liverpool fans.
He has to be under pressure.
No, of course, I don't want to be one of the Liverpool fans that's quickly just like saying, he's got to go. But how much longer do you give it until we look at the situation and go, guys, we're in 7th place? Do you want to tell you something that's really shocking? Man United are 2 points behind us.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Man United are 2 points behind us.
We're closer to 10th than we are to 1st at the moment.
Let that sink in, guys.
We're a couple of bad results away from being in the bottom half of the league at the moment, boys.
Mm-hmm. But we're also us figuring it out away from everyone going, that was just a little blip and we're over it now. I'm back and ready to go.
Here's the thing, though. Do you see Arsenal going on a run of losses? Because I don't at the moment.
No, they won't. They won't go on.
Do I see them going on a run of losses like we've done? No.
No.
Can I see them dropping points?
Yes.
Across the season, enough for us to claw it back if we book our ideas up 100%.
Yeah, because they'll get draws. I think they might get the one loss.
The one thing I can say now, we won't be top of the league at Christmas this year. Arsenal won't drop enough points for us to be top of the league at Christmas this year.
No. Bro,
but
we surrender. Yeah, go on.
Over the year, provided that we book our ideas up and the manager fixes his tactics, we can 100% make it up to them because they've been good, but they've not been infallible. We beat them. City could have beat them, should have beat them if they just held the defensive line for 2 more minutes.
Do you know what I hate to
it's a whole lot of coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
The journey is though with Arsenal. Arsenal are the only team in the league we look at defensively because they're more likely than not going to get a clean sheet. They've always got an opportunity to win a game.
Oh yeah,
whether it's via a set piece or something. And this is what it is. When you've got your defensive stability there, it gives you that platform. Until we get a defensive stability, because you see yesterday, if we've defended well, obviously we even still could have won the game or whatever, but we didn't defend well at all. So we didn't have a platform. Okay. Do you understand?
Let me just ask in the comments this, and you guys on the panel, the whole thing I've seen is you got to get rid of the manager now. You got to get rid of them because we've now become everything that we laugh at when teams sack managers after one bad little spell. So let me ask this: so anyone who's sitting there going, "We have to get rid of this manager," or "We probably should get rid of this manager right now"?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tom, I won't answer your question on.
Okay, I can't see you at but I'm trying my best to hear you guys. My internet speed is 7 kilobytes per second. Third world country stuff. Big up. Genuinely, thank you to all the Coppish boys and to Tom. And I owe you one forever. I have no idea what you're gonna say in response, but I will listen back when I get my electricity back. I'm currently in communications with electricity company and internet company, and I'm insulting people on the phone. You get me? So I will try to contribute something to the show. 5-minute question for you guys. What do you think of the people that are starting a slot out movement online? Just tell me your thoughts in the next 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna put the super chats on the screen with 10 minutes to go. With 10 minutes to go in the show, I have no idea what Tom is saying, but I can see his lips moving, unfortunately. So anyway, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. What do you guys think of all the people who are slot out online right now? Your opinions in the next 5 minutes, please, because it's a genuine conversation, including Scousers. Yesterday, one guy tweeted Leggett slot, and we all know Leggett is a Scouse term, so it's not like Tom Little type. It's actually Scouser, and he said Leggett. So anyway, tell me your thoughts next 5 minutes, and then I'll put super chats and I'll end stream if StreamYard even works.
You just stole my fucking question.
You know what's crazy? Husam doesn't even have electricity and internet, and he's still able to get you, Tom. You know that how crazy that is.
You know how mad that is.
It was breaking up every 2 seconds, and I could still sort of hear him having a go at me.
Man's having to connect himself through someone else's modem. You know, it's mad.
Before we answer Husam's stolen question,
you have to nick your neighbor's internet. You know what I mean? You got to try something. Hence why he's breaking up. But big up Husam, though.
Before we answer his stolen question that was effectively mine, to those people that are sitting there going, "Oh, slot out now, slot out." Yeah. Because you know, a large part of this online fan base are wet wipes, and they keep going. It's what it was before. And what I ask is, who do we get to replace him right here, right now? Who is your replacement for Arnie Slot? Because we can't just go, "Oh, we sack him and everything's fine."
Tom, that's the wrong way. All right. So in my opinion, all right. So you see the people that say slot out, I can't really
crash out them.
Yeah, because there's evidence to suggest potentially that this could get worse, or they could be wrong and it could get better. But you can't be mad at the people. It's different if it's game week 2. Yeah, you can disagree. If it's game week 2 or 3, you go, nah, it's just too early, bro. Just wait and see. We've seen enough games to understand that this pattern of results it's just gotten worse and worse. So if you're slot out, I disagree with the person. And that's why I asked you guys in the next 2 games.
Sorry. Who the fuck has just said Pochettino?
People have said Glasner, for example. I don't think anyone can see. You wouldn't want Glasner.
But then when we go to sell the player at some point and he doesn't want to do it, he'll threaten to leave the moment we don't do something that he wants.
Iriola's a good manager.
So that's what I'm saying. We can't sit here and go,
there's managers out there that are good.
Because who are we going to get to replace? Again, I'm slot in, by the way. Like, I'm not slot out. But we can't sit here and crash out on people who are slot out at the moment.
You can't get mad at them. You can understand. You know, you can disagree, but understand.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Yeah, because I can't sit there. I don't want to be like, someone says slot out and they're like, oh, you're just being emotional reaction. No, they're not. It's been a process. No one just wakes up and just goes, I want my manager gone. There's a process there.
Here's the killer, right? If people go and say, well, he's got credit in the back, he won a league last season, we're all asking for Salah to be dropped. Salah was the best player in our team last season. So what's the difference?
Yeah. I mean, there's a slight difference between someone getting dropped until they find form and someone losing their job.
Bob, there's people saying sell Salah.
Yeah, people saying send him to Saudi right now.
But again,
people saying send him to Saudi right now.
This is the extreme side of it, though, and I don't, in that way, I don't actually give a fuck what they say because their opinion changed like the fucking wind. One minute when Salah scores 2 goals, it's back to the argument of why he's the best winger the Premier League's ever seen, and then when he doesn't play well, it's oh my god, we should the sons of Saudi, he's washed. I don't care about those opinions. They blow hot and cold like fucking piss in the wind. For me, I look at it. I don't get how you can be slot out. I'm very much slot sorted the fuck out, but I can't be sitting there going, we've got to get rid of the manager. Because
I tell you why I can understand why people
if you lose the next 2 games, then it's slot, you need to sort it out. I'm not sacking him. I'm not.
So, all right, so look, because this happened to me earlier in the show I did on Coppish, bro. and this is why I said I can't get at people who are slot out. If I turn around to you right now, Tom, and I'm asking you this question because I didn't have an answer either, and I said, well, how long does he get? What's the answer?
How long does Arnie Stock get?
Yeah. Exactly. We don't have an answer.
No, because you know what? I do. But you'll call it a. I can't tell you exactly now how long he gets, but I'll know when I'm.
I said the same thing. So why is it that
I'm on board now, and I don't get. If someone's not
So
on
am I,
board
bro.
now, if someone's not on board now, you're not on board now. But me personally, and again, this is YouTube. This is all just our fucking opinions. I will say my opinion. You have to fucking follow it. For me, I don't see how someone can lose all of the belief and support they had in a manager like that. I've still got a lot of belief and support in the manager, but he needs to sort it out. Now, once that goes, I cannot tell you how long that'll take, because for all I know, again, no one knows what the next three games you could win like 3-0 normal, and then everyone's like, oh, we've got over it. We could lose them, and we're going, oh my god, this is not a blip, it's a full-blown crisis. Who knows? But for me, I've still got support and belief in the manager. When that goes, that's when I'll be slot out. But that I can't see how that goes in the next couple of months.
All right, so for me, I'll be a bit more.
Bar worst case scenario, obviously.
Okay, I'll be a bit more decisive. If I feel like we're at a point where we look like we can't even make top 4, manager has to go. Like I said, because as much as I want the manager, I believe in the manager and I want him to stay. Liverpool Football Club cannot be outside of the top 4. We just can't be. Like I said,
sorry, Matt. I'll let you continue after this. I just need to address the comments. Yes, I was Jurgen Klopp out 8 years into his fucking reign when I said, and my point was, I think he's done. I think he's about ready to tap out as a manager, and I would rather he went when I can still have a lot of positive beliefs than overstay his welcome. What happened a mere 12 months after I said I think the man's about ready to tap out? The man tapped out and left. Now, albeit his final year, brilliant, fantastic. Do I look like a dickhead? Sure, but me saying Jurgen Klopp out when I said Jurgen Klopp out, with all the things in consideration, is nowhere near the same as me saying why you aren't slot out right now. I can't see that. I can't see that because I wasn't even Jurgen Klopp out because we weren't winning games. I was Jurgen Klopp out because I didn't think he wanted to keep doing the job.
Yeah, but Tom, do you know what it is? And this is for everyone in the chat as well. There's that saying of like, support your club when you win, but support your club when you lose. And obviously, you support your club when even when they lose, right? However, it can get to a point where you're like, I support the club, but something has to change. And this is why when I'm saying, and again, and if it happens, I won't even know how I feel. I couldn't tell you how I feel now. How I feel right now is that if I look at the table in the next how many games and it look like we're struggling to make top 4, we unfortunately might have to get rid of him. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying I want it to happen. But we can't afford to not be in the top 5. I keep saying top 4, top 5. We just can't afford that.
I get that, Matt. I get that.
Do you get what I mean? Because Tommy's too detrimental to the club.
No. But you're not going to figure out. You're not going to figure out yet if we're going to get top 4.
No. I never said that. I said if we get to that. No, hear what I'm saying, Tom. No. I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying. I said if we get to a point. So I said it could be like you said. Yeah. Could be 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, whatever. And we look like, and I look at the table, Tom. I'm like, Tom, we're in 7th place. You know, you still want to keep hold of the manager. What I'm saying is, if it looks like we are struggling to get top 4, Tom, where you can't, in my opinion, you can't win a title, then struggle to make top 4. And I understand we've had unusual circumstances, right? We've lost a player, something that no other club would have thought would ever happen. RIP Diogo. But obviously, in football.
I don't know who to go to first. I'm going to go to you, Tom, as Liverpool got smacked up today. What are you saying?
It's okay.
He hasn't even got fucking internet, by the way. This is new levels of hatred. Jurgen, mate, I love you, but it's time to go. I think this is what it's come to. I don't think the players are buying into it anymore. I really don't, because I looked at that game beforehand. I looked at it. And I thought, he's put out our best 11. He put out our best 11 that we had at the time. You know, we had the midfield, we had the attack. This is obscene level of hatred.
That is crazy.
My point to that, though, is, Matt, is... So you said 3 weeks' time.
Now, let's give me an example. You know when you will know the table? I'm looking at... So I don't know when
where eight
Yeah.
games in now, and as it
Yeah.
stands, a team in 11th place, if they win next week, could in theory jump up to third.
Yeah, but obviously,
So I can't learn anything now. I won't learn anything until about January, February, because that's when you'll start to see the real gaps appear in the table.
I understand that, Tom, but you might have, you kind of have that inkling, or you'll see a pattern, and that pattern will be we're not winning games consistently, or we keep dropping points. You will kind of know even before January. Even though the position where we're on the table might not be a true reflective thing, you will know from how we are playing football, the results that we are getting. And this is for every Liverpool fan. We have to back the manager, of course, but
okay,
if it gets to the point where we look like we can't even get top 4, I do think we need to have a conversation. And that's me being, I want to support the manager as best as I can, and I believe in his ability, but we can't also do the blind faith thing and also do the thing of because he won last year, he's going to sort it out, because he just might not sort it out. That's what I'm saying. We have to be prepared for every scenario. Is that not a fair statement to say, Carl?
Do you think he's lost the dressing room, boys?
No.
Or do you think he's losing the dressing room?
No.
I'm not even insinuating. I'm asking the question.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
No.
I don't think he's lost the dressing room, but I can see a bit of cracks because I looked at the body language, and again, I'm not body language, but you know when they do the pan of the bench and you see players that look really unhappy, and I guess, remember, when you're not playing, you're not going to be happy, right? Who's not going to be happy when they're not playing? But I think of Chiesa, who just can't get a game. I think of Ekatike, who started the season so well, and now that Isak is supposedly fit now, he just doesn't start now. I look at Curtis Jones, like these players are going to start figuring themselves in the back of their minds. Right, like the manager's going to keep playing the same players, and I'm just not going to start the game, even though when I step onto the pitch, I make impact. That can break a dressing room. It hasn't broken it or anything. I'm saying if this carries on, it 100% can be an issue.
I don't see him having lost that dressing room yet. Not
yet. But could it though, Tom? That's the question. Could it be?
And again, anything could happen. Maybe I'm being overly optimistic, and I'm sure that people will tell me that in the comments. I think he does sort it. I think that hopefully by next month we're all sitting here laughing away, going fucking on. Remember when we were all sitting there saying that we might have to be Arnie Slot out, and all it was a little wobble. I think he's too good of a manager to not sort it out. I think he's just trying to do too much too quick, and I think that he'll eventually see his way through. Again, though, on the top 4 point, I don't even see that. I do see the point, but again, I've seen Liverpool drag themselves into top 4 when we had no right to be, like that year where we had no centre backs and we won 8 out of the last 9 games. Before that, we were like 8th, and then we ended 3rd. The year that I know we didn't end up getting it, but 22-23, we were unbeaten in the last 10 and won 8 of them. And if the referee correctly sends off Tyrone Mings when we play Aston Villa and we win that game, we get Champions League football. So I know that this team can pull it together when it needs to be done to get over the line and things. It still wouldn't be acceptable, by the way, if we just ended up with Champions League this year. And again, major questions need to be asked. But maybe this is just how I am as a football fan, and that I can't sit there and laugh at every other team for sacking managers after a year or two, and then want my team to do the exact same thing when I
One
think
quick question, Tom.
before it.
Do you think, and this is for you as well, Carl, and I think this is the biggest issue that we have in our team, more so than individuals. Do you think Arnie Slot can fix our defensive structure? Because every time we play a football game, I always think we're going to concede. Do you think he can fix that?
Not unless we change formation.
Do you think he can fix it, Tom?
He can't, yeah, because he fixed it last year. He just needs to find that solution. He just needs to find a new solution like he found one last year. If last year we'd won the league like we won it like we nearly won it in 13-14, where we scored a shitload of goals, but we conceded a shitload, but we just outscored everyone, I'd be on board. But last year we were very solid defensively.
But our structure was different. Different players.
First half of the season was solid defensively. Second half we were.
I mean, again, I think the second half is affected by the final 4 games of the season. I think we were well, considering that a quarter of the goals we conceded last season came in the final 4 games, I'd say it is.
Hold on, I want to go back and have a look.
Do you know what the most telling thing for me this season? I think I've said it on a few shows. It was when Gravenberch done his post-match interview after the Everton game, and he said about how the manager said he's basically not a 6 anymore. Well, last season he goes, I was a 6, but this season he's giving me more license or freedom or whatever. I just thought to myself, please tell me Grav's joking, because you are the 6 in this setup in this team. And right now, he was right. We don't play the number 6. We just have players there, but there's no real number 6.
We played with one yesterday. It's just we had no 8s. We played 2 10s, so the ball can't.
I just don't understand why the manager would break up something that's working just to be more inventive. Like, brother, you didn't create football. Stop trying to. You know when managers overcomplicate things. Even the great Pep done it a few times. You know when you overcomplicate things. If you've got a formula that's working, use it. Just slightly tweak it, because maybe teams are catching on to things that you're doing. But my man's gonna rip up the whole band-aid, rip up the whole game plan.
All right, so we conceded again from January onwards. We conceded 2 against United, 1 against Forest, Lille, Ipswich, 3.
Oh,
against
you're counting Champions League as well. I didn't have that.
3 against PSV, but I write that one off because we were playing the kids pretty much. Then we went on a run of 3 games without conceding: 2 against Everton, 1 against Wolves, 2 against Villa. Then 2 games back to back without 3 games back to back without conceding, actually. Then Southampton, then the PSG game. Then we lost Newcastle Carabao Cup final. Fulham 3-2. West Ham we conceded 1. Tottenham we conceded 1. Chelsea conceded 3. 2 against Arsenal. 3 against Brighton, 1 against Palace. Second half of the season.
So for me, I've always I discounted those final 4 games. I could do the same. So like start of the season, we didn't concede in the first 5. Brilliant. Mega start. And again, I've only got Premier League games up here. I haven't got Champions League. So
I'll go through the first half. First half of the season, none against Ipswich, none against Brentford, none against United, 1 against Forest, 1 against Milan, none against Bournemouth, 1 against West Ham, 1 against Wolves, none against Bologna, none against Palace, 1 against Chelsea, then none against Red Bull, 2 against Arsenal, 2 against Brighton in the Carabao, 1 against Brighton in the league, none against Leverkusen, none against Villa, 2 against Southampton, none against Real Madrid, none against Man City, then 3 against Newcastle, none against Girona, 2 against Fulham, 1 against Southampton, 3 against Spurs, 1 against Leicester, none against West Ham. We had way more clean sheets in the first half of the season. Way more. We had a couple of games there. We had a couple outlier games, but way more.
Our defensive structure has been a bit shaky. This is what I'm saying. Can he fix that? That's the big question.
Guys, I'm going to have these super chats.
Yeah.
I can't bring them up on the screen, guys, because we don't have control of the stream. So do bear with us, but we will read out all of them. Shout out to Phil James. So why are fans like Tom and Jamie laughing about it? Tom and Jamie haven't been laughing about this. Yeah. Gene says, not going to lie, starting Mac at this point is criminal, and not starting Ekatike in any capacity alongside Chiesa and Frimpong needs investigating. I agree. GB Lama says, for me, Slot's management decline started since Man United 2-2 home in January and found a new low last night. No jokes, Slot is clueless at the moment. At the moment, I agree. I don't consider him clueless. I will say last season when we had won the league, though, and people were like, I don't care about the last few games, momentum is key. We shouldn't have just thrown those games away.
We say that though, Cal, but we won the first 7 games of the season. We weren't playing well. We were all going, that's about building momentum.
No, we were actually. No, people keep it. We weren't exciting, but we were playing well
at the start of the season.
Start of this season. Sorry, no.
Yeah, start of this season.
About last season.
We won the first 7-8 games of the season, and everyone was like, "Oh, we're not playing well, but it's a sign of champions. You're winning. You're getting that mentality, that belief." And then the momentum, and
we expected the performances to kick on from then, Tom. And
we thought we'd pick up pace.
But the Palace game is still the one that really irks me the most because we were awful that day. Evan says, tear jar, all donations accepted. That's a Man United fan. Big up yourself, Evan. Congrats on the win. Jake H says, here's my 2 cents. I think Arnie can turn it around. Absolutely. Overall, though, feel it will be too late by that time. Could be end game by that point. Hopefully not, but I hear the concern. Fonzie says, I'm so tired of our left side. Maka, Kirkes, and that left wing guy. Absolutely awful. If I speak on Cody, I'll be arrested in every.
I'll be honest. I don't see how yesterday is a game you can blame Cody Gakpo for. In the nicest possible way. He was one of the better players yesterday.
But that's the best of a bad bunch. Again, Yeah. Aquia says, come on, guy. Our fullbacks are not that bad in terms of talent. For whatever reason, the form is not showing right now. I'm not saying they're bad, Aquia. I'm just saying I don't think they're as good as what some people have made them out to be. Adam Ishmael says, 8 Nori, Udogi, Robinson, add that to the list.
Robinson, I can see.
Yeah.
I've never really seen it with Udogi either.
Fulham,
I think Udogi's another one of them weird fullbacks that.
Yeah, because he's been a bit inconsistent a little bit, I'd say, Udogi.
He's one of the ones that blows hot and cold.
I'm hearing everyone's arguments, but do you believe that Henderson would be allowing us to play this way, especially against United? No chance. I mean, Henderson, we've had some bad spells under Henderson as well. I don't think this is a captain thing. Virgil had a bad game yesterday. I don't think it's
it's not a captain issue, I don't think.
We had a run of games with Henderson as the captain starting pretty much every week where we won 5 out of 18.
Yeah. Akria says, I feel your pain, Husam. Us South Africans are well acquainted with power outages. Big up Husam, man. Big up Husam. Red Lion says, extreme side. Tom, you're the first to be Klopp out. He's already addressed this and he's done more for longer. So I wouldn't open my mouth if I were you. He did address it. You addressed it, Tom. You addressed it. Jack Haight says, anyone who thinks this form is new is in for a shock. Time will tell. Abood says,
Jack, the form is new though. The manager's never lost 4 games in a row. The team hasn't lost 4 games in a row.
Yeah, all right. The performances aren't.
The form is new. It's not a shock that it's got to this point because the performances were leading to that way. But the idea of the form is new to Liverpool and to Arne Slot.
Abood says City went 13 games, no wins, and still got top 4. So it's going to be hard to realize when that is for Arne. I think it's too reactionary. Hear that?
I mean, you got to remember how bad City were last year, and everyone was writing them off. Even like February, March time, and yet they still finished third.
Yeah,
and were the second best team in the league in the second half of the season behind us.
Shall I be real with you? Anything outside the top 2 is a massive disgrace. Finishing second is a massive disappointment. Finishing outside the top 2 is a disgrace.
We might struggle for top 5 at this rate.
Ali says,
might, and I say might.
Guys, seen Trent's brother so shameless supporting us. I've not seen what
he's been a twat. He's been a twat on Instagram on TikTok Live for like the past however many days.
Okay,
because he gets attention off it. At the end of the day, he's the same brother that was sitting there laughing when we were losing the Carabao Cup final whilst he was in the stadium, so he can go fuck himself.
Those are the words of Tom Little. Gangan Deep says, Klopp revisionism on socials is crazy. Klopp was notorious in doing similar things to what Slot is doing right now. Stubbornness, playing favourites, only changing things when the handle was forced to save a season. I didn't want to say that. Look, I'm just going to say this now. I don't want Klopp back at Liverpool. Like, the way everything ended, the way everything was,
everything happens for a reason. Yeah,
it was a perfect story of Jurgen Klopp, right? I don't want him to come back and ruin that. I just want Klopp to enjoy the rest of his life. I want him to enjoy what he's doing with Red Bull. I want Klopp to continue doing interviews like this and break down things in the same way Arsene Wenger did. Like, just
so let me get this straight. When Callum Sanderson does it after the man's left the job, it's what an idea, Cal. You really get it. When I say it whilst the man's still in a job because I can see what's coming, I'm a disgrace, I'm a rat, I should go do one, I should never go on shows again. It's just double standards, I see. I just called it. I knew the manager, I knew what was coming with him. And I agree. The only way I'd ever want Jurgen Klopp back as manager is if it was like DEFCON 1. Liverpool will get relegated. We need someone to come in and just lift everyone again.
I just think what Klopp is doing right now, like, let's leave him to do what he's doing. Like, he's a legend. There's no need to
leave him be, man.
Like, he's done his thing. We should have to like bring him back to sort out our mess. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we're better than that, in my opinion. We're better than that.
The worst part is I know who Cal would say if it got to that point. If it got to the point where Liverpool were desperate in a season and we needed someone to come lift the spirits, I know who that man would bring in as a manager. I know who. Steady the ship, lift the mood. You know, Kelly Dalglish's 2011, but we'll do it now.
Hey,
you know who that man's bringing in.
Steady the ship, more like sink it, bro.
bro.
So,
You're lucky I don't have controls to remove me, man, off the screen right now.
he's talking about
No,
legacy.
big up the legend.
He's
He
talking about
knows who he
protecting
is.
legacy
He
and all
knows
that.
who he
Yeah,
is.
this
But no, I'm
man.
only joking.
If Liverpool needs to take the ship, we're bringing Steven Gerrard and just forget whatever legacy he has as a player.
Man said it'd just be vibes, just running off Gerard's aura. That's the tactics. Aura FC, you know. Man said the manager's got more aura than the team, blood.
All right, cool. This is what we're doing. Yeah, I thought I was very civil all game or all show, but cool. This is what happens when you're nice to people, innit? Your two brothers turn on you like this. Just cool. It's cool. I get it. Look, people, before we head out, firstly, give a shout out to Husam. Obviously, he wasn't able to do the show today because he's got power outages and issues. Make sure you continue to support the channel, guys. Make sure you smash the like button on this video. Let's get to 1,000 likes on this video and drop a funny message for Husam of some sort in the comment section. Let's get the comments going. Matt, have you got any streams coming up today?
Yeah, later on today, I'm doing my finish of my foot champs. I'll probably be probably later on tonight. Later on tonight.
As in after Monday Night Live show or before Monday Night?
Yeah,
Live
most likely after Monday night show.
All right, cool. We'll be on Coppish at 4 p.m. for the Great 8 show, which is going to be a mad one today. It's going to be a mad one. Then we've got the Monday Night Live show at 9:30 on Coppish. Tom, you streaming today? Nope, didn't think so. Cool. And I don't know if Sam's streaming again today. Depends on his situation. For you guys, make sure you switch on the notification bell on this channel. I think Hassam's on his way to 62,000 subs as well. So let's get him there ASAP. If he's already hit 62, let's get him to 63 as well, people. Look, links to all the channels will be in the description. Go and subscribe to Tom's channel for archived content. Go and subscribe to Coppish for brand new content that comes out every single day pretty much, and make sure you subscribe here to Hussam's channel as well. Look, people, I'm going to end the show and then I'm just going to stare deep into the camera until Husam clicks to end the stream. So, so I'm going to see how long
we are just all going to be made very uncomfortable here, people, but we're going to do this together.
Yeah, if he doesn't end the stream within like a minute, I'm just gonna we're all gonna leave.
We can just leave the room.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna stare into your guy's soul for as long as I can.
That sounds mad, you know.
And I'm gonna see who can break eye contact first. So people, thank you all for watching and listening. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Big up Husam. This has been the LFC Avengers show. Until we see you again, take it easy, everyone. See you soon.
Love peeps.
Guess what just happened?
No way.
I swear to Allah, electricity just came back. I swear to Allah, electricity just came back.
That's crazy.
It's mad, bro. What the hell?
Crazy.
You know, I've been fucking. It's insane to me, bro.
By the way, when people watch this,
kilobyte.
Can I clear my name? When people watch this back and they'll see I've constantly been on my phone. Husam, back me up here. We've been messaging on WhatsApp to try and get things. All right. So I ain't been
WhatsApp is the only thing that works, guys. I swear to God, internet just came back. This country is fucking trolling me, bro. How is it just back? It just came back, bro. What the hell is this? It's mental, but honestly, thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate you guys.
Come on, bro.
Yo, big up. Shall I stay and talk to the people for 5 minutes by myself, or do you think it's a good idea?
Channel, bro.
If you,
I've got to shoot.
Yeah, I know. But if you guys want me to stay for 5 minutes, tell me. Big up to Callum. Big up to Matt. Big up to Tom. You guys, absolute legends, man. You guys are fucking legends, genuinely. Thank you guys so much, and I owe you one forever. Honestly, big up.
All good,
big up.
Come on,
Bless
you guys are all
legends.
legends. Thank you guys so much, guys. Chat, what the hell? What the hell, chat? I swear to God. Guys, wallahi al-azim, I swear to Allah, internet just came back. Imagine, as soon as I'm about to end the stream, I swear to God, you wanna know how you know like internet came back? From the microwave. Because the first thing that happens when your electricity turns back on, you hear the microwave and the fridge go like, I'm like, oh my God, yes. I woke up, you guys, and I woke up completely on time. I woke up actually a whole hour before the show, right? So I woke up an hour before the show, and electricity was off. But you know, stuff like this happens. And in Jordan, it's not like certain countries. Like in Jordan over here, when electricity is off, usually 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's back on. Everything's working regularly. Bro, I have been disconnecting SIM cards, connecting SIM cards and everything. Like it's been mad, bro. Look, even my phone is just butt naked, and I'm trying to connect everything, and I'm trying to my best. I'm holding my phone up to get connection and everything, man. Bro, honestly, yeah, and I'll be honest with you guys. My first thoughts is, God be with our brothers and sisters in Gaza. Honest, I swear to God, God be with them. Genuinely, bro. I had 1 hour, like 2 hours like this, and I cannot survive. And they lived like this every day, man. Free Palestine, honestly. But regardless, love, guys. What a show! I have no idea what was said. I had 5 kilobytes, and I chose that 5 kilobytes to play Tom Little's Club Out video. I swear to God. I had 5 kilobyte internet, and I used that 5 kilobyte just to play Tom's Club Out video. I swear to God, I used it very intelligently. I think that was the best use of 5 kilobyte ever, because I walked into StreamYard, right? And I'm just trying my best. I keep refreshing. And Tom's like, we've got a bunch of fucking wet wipes online who are slot out. I'm like, Tom, you literally wanted Klopp gone, Habibi. You wanted the guy that you wanted, the modern day Bill Shankly gone, Habibi. Why are you telling people you're a disgrace if you're Klopp out, huh? It cannot, like, it can be anyone except you, Tom. It can be anyone except you. You get me? You are slot out, Habibi. Way worse than, by the way, Klopp out way worse than slot out, just so you guys know. And now I look at my internet speed. Watch this, chat. Watch this. Watch this. Look at this beauty. The suffering I have had to encounter for the last 2 hours. Watch this, yeah? Watch this, chat. Watch this. Allah. 690 megabytes per second compared to me. Unplug SIM card, plug SIM card, unplug SIM card, plug SIM card. Oh, phone. Where is internet? Where is internet, bro? Genuinely, though, from the bottom of my heart, and I'll tell them this privately, big up to the Coppish boys. Big up to Thomas Little for running a whole show without me here, because they didn't even have to do this. But I wasn't here, and they still ran the show, so big up. So, guys, get your questions in. Get your questions in, guys. You get me? Whatever thing you want to ask me, ask me. I'll stay with you guys for like 10 minutes or something. 5-10 minutes. I'm not going to stay too long. You get me? And look, it still stings. I woke up. I don't feel any better. The game yesterday still hurts like hell. It actually hurts like hell still, till the second. Like, I'm just not over it. I can't believe that we allowed Harry Maguire to dunk on our head tops at Anfield. It's the most pathetic thing ever, honestly. It's like legitimately pathetic. I think people are entitled to be slot out. I'm not slot out personally. I just think it's funny how I was mocked online by the fan base and by rivals for my slot out video, and you know, now everyone's just agreeing with me. It's actually it's mad. It's mad, you know. So people laughed at me, and now and you know, the funniest people are the people who want Salah sold. People have very short memories. People have very short memories. Like, oh, Slot has to go and Salah has to go. Okay, let's unpack that statement real quick. Yeah, let's unpack that statement real quick. So Arne Slot is doing a horrendous job at Liverpool Football Club right now. He's not putting the players in a position to succeed. He's not putting us in the right areas. He's not employing the correct systems, anything like that. But let's go and sack the manager and also sell your best player. You know, even yesterday, when Gakpo hit the post twice, who was the guy that played the pass to him? Who was the guy that played the pass to him? The guy that should be sold. But people have, you know, selective criticisms. You don't know what I've been consistent with, and thank God. And by the way, the whole chat can vouch for this. The ones who watched the preview on Thursday, the one who watched all the tactical shows, I've been consistent with this. No player will play better while this system is still in play. The problem was not starting the midfield three from last year. The problem was starting the midfield three from last year without starting Ekitike. And Slot is a hypocrite, and I'll tell you why Slot is a hypocrite. If your logic for starting the midfield three ahead of Florian Wirtz's form, why did you start Isak ahead of Ekitike? Because Ekitike is in better form. My thing is, Someone will go like, so what? You need your 120 million pound signing with a 100 million pound signing for them to work? Yes. Yes, because my striker needs a 10 to work with, because Alexander Isak needs a 10 in front of him to be able to link up play with him. He's just putting all the wrong players out there. People go like, sell this guy, sell that guy. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, people need to understand something. When it comes to this conversation, bro, look at this guy. Habibi, people, you're still mentioning them in 2025. No one believes you anymore. No one believes your lies. The whole world is turned against you. Wallahi, no one believes you. Wallahi, no one believes you. Anyway, as I was saying, by the way, there is a ceasefire and children were killed yesterday. So anyway, as I was saying, I think when it comes to this situation, rule of thumb for any football club, you're not going to sell 10 players. And let's objectively analyze who played well yesterday, chat. Tell me the players in the team, chat, that you would give 5 out of 10 or more. Tell me. Everyone in the chat right now, name the names of the players that you actually think had a good game, including substitutes. Tell me. Give me the names of the players that you think deserve a player rating of 5+ yesterday's game. I'll tell you my ones. I think Konate deserves credit. Curtis Jones, Chiesa, Wirtz. Those four for me deserve credit. Ekitike didn't really do much, but wasn't put in a position to do much. Once again, Husam from Jordan predicted that he'll bring Wirtz and Ekitike on with each other. And watch this, chat. I'm going to make a prediction now, even without listening to anything Tom or Callum or anyone said. Watch, this is my prediction. Frankfurt on Wednesday, he'll start Ekitike and Wirtz with each other. I'm saying this again, yeah? On Wednesday, he will start Wirtz and Ekitike with each other. Remember, I said this. So when we do the Frankfurt watch along, inshallah, we're here happy, safe, and healthy, and I show you the lineup, and I'll go like, remember when I came back after my electricity turned off, and I told you guys that he'll start Wirtz and Ekitike with each other? Called it. Now, the thing that you guys need to understand is, if Husam from Jordan can predict this, do you think the opposition managers cannot predict it? Amarim is not a good manager. We all know this. Amarim is shit. Amarim should be sacked, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no problem. But he's definitely a better manager than me. Amarim is a better manager than all of you guys in the chat and me. So if I can predict it, he definitely can. Not only are our lineups predictable, our substitutions are predictable. And you want to know the issue? I'm going to tell you guys the biggest issue with all this. Arne Slot watched that 90 minutes against Chelsea and genuinely believed there was nothing wrong to the level where he actually started the same team again. Deep it. Deep how mad it is, the statement I just made. You remember how we all lost our minds after the Chelsea game? Everyone went crazy after Chelsea, right, chat? Everyone in the chat went crazy. It's not just Husam being emotional. You all went crazy. I went crazy, and rightfully so. Everyone went crazy. And once again, rightfully so. He watched that Chelsea game and thought that it's a good idea to run back the same lineup that played against Chelsea. I just need to ask Slot a question. Like, I want to sit him next to me now and just go like, okay, Arnie. So you watch those 90 minutes against Chelsea, and your thoughts for Man United were to just run the same team back. It's very easy. Listen, I wanna explain something to you guys. The people that hate Salah hate Salah. Last season, they weren't giving him credit. When he was putting up 29 and 18, they didn't give him credit. You think they're going to give him credit now? You think they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt now? Khalas. There's people who hate Salah since Mane Firmino days. It's the reality of the situation. You can point out at any individual that you want. As a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. If Salah scored the chance and Gakpo scored the chance and whoever you want scored the chance, I still can't guarantee you that we win that game. Do I guarantee that Liverpool won't concede chances, won't concede goals? Because you can sit here and go like, Salah should have scored. Guess what? I agree. Salah should have scored. Isak should have scored. Gakpo should have scored the header. Blah, blah, blah. Here's the problem. Bruno should have scored. Maguire scored. So forget that one. Bruno should have scored. Mbuemo should have scored. Sesko should have scored. Mount should have scored. Cunha should have scored. De Ligt missed a header from 1 yard. All should have scored. So now what? You want to play the should have scored game? Let's look at the opposition. Why did the opposition have 5 players that also should have scored? So now what? And you want to know the issue? Slot makes the substitutions. And people say we look better. We had 2 midfielders on the pitch. Curtis Jones, who played 10 in the academy. Now he's a pivot player. But even in his academy days, he played number 10. Ask anyone who watched the academy. And Wirtz, who's a number 10/winger for some people. We ended that game with our 2 midfielders, both basically, essentially being 10s. So now I put all my forwards out there on the pitch. Slot the genius who's pointing on the players and doing this when he's the one that should be using this. Slot the genius puts all the forwards out there on the pitch without a midfielder. So now the $1 million question becomes, okay, so who's going to give the ball to the forwards? Like, who's actually going to give the ball to the forwards? I'm not Slot out. I think when a manager wins a league title, he deserves some grace. And guess what? I'm giving him grace. And guess what? Even if we lose against Frankfurt, I'm probably still not going to be Slot out. But if he keeps on persisting with the same mistakes over and over again, then we will all be left with no choice. We will all be left with legitimately no choice. That's the reality of the situation. It is not in our hands how we feel. It's not in our hands how someone else feels. And that's why I'm not mad at Red Lion or whoever for being Slot out. It's totally your choice. I accept expression of opinion. Me, everyone knows. When the season kicked off last year, and even before then, during the transfer window, I was completely Slot in. And I'm still Slot in till the second. You know, everyone knows the viral video that people play was just me having an emotional reaction because Klopp left and we got rejected by 2 managers. And literally a day after, I said, guys, I'm backing Slot. I'm still backing Slot now. Because my thing is, all the solutions are in your hands, Arnie. All the solutions are in your hand. If someone is Slot out, it's okay. I'm not cussing you. I'm not insulting you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm legitimately not saying you're wrong. All I'm simply saying is, look, Arnie, you have all what it takes to fix this mess. On Wednesday, you want to start Ekitike because it's Frankfurt, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no problem. Great. You want to start Ekitike? Start the midfield 3 from last year. Start the midfield 3 from last year. This is the one thing that triggers me the most out of everything in the Liverpool conversations since March. Nothing has annoyed me more than this statement. This statement annoys me more than anything that's been said in history. We're trying to play like PSG, Husam. We're trying to play like PSG. I need whoever it is to explain to me, if we are trying to play like PSG, why did we buy Isak? Why did we buy Wirtz? Why did we buy Kerkez? If you're trying to play like PSG, keep Luis Diaz and sell Cody Gakpo. Buy Michael Olise and play him up top. Buy Adam Wharton and put him in midfield. Buy a left back like Ait Nouri. Nothing that we say replicates PSG. It's like me going like, I am going to replicate Brad Pitt's acting and modeling. What the fuck? What the fuck? I could train for the next 5 years and never be a good actor like Brad Pitt or a model like him. It's impossible because I don't have the tools. What do you mean I want to replicate PSG? Based on what you want to replicate PSG? Based on what? I want someone to just logically explain to me, based on what I'm going to replicate PSG. Based on what? I want to replicate PSG so much that I bought a number 10. Oh, guys, let's look at PSG's team. Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, Joao Neves. Who's the 10? No one. Let's look at PSG's front 3. Dembele, Due, Kvaratskhelia, Barcola sometimes, Kang Lee sometimes. Okay, so where is it that we are in PSG that we're trying to do? How about we find our own style? How about we find our own style? How about we find our own system? How about we find our own methods? Is that such a difficult concept to grasp? Is that such a difficult concept to grasp, to understand? Like, is that such a difficult idea? Like, let's actually find our own solutions. And guess what, guys? Because we're making the same mistakes again, let me now show you exactly what we did correct this season. Let's give the 2 examples that I have given 100 times because my throat has gone dry repeating the same stuff over and over again. But no problem. Guess what? For the people in the chat, maybe to understand where I'm coming from, they will finally understand it. Yeah. So let's go, chat. Let's go. So you want to play with Isak up top. Boom. Let's replicate the Atletico team. If you want to play with Isak up top, this is the team that you go with. Simple as. This is the only correct team to play if you want to play Isak up top. If you want to play with Ekitike up top, this is the correct lineup to play. And notice how in both games, Salah and Gravenberch both performed really well. Notice how in both games, our defense performed really well. Notice how in both games, no one came and said, Husam, you did not deserve to win the game. Atletico were missing key players, bro. Allow this game. Okay, guys. So now we're going to all dunk on promo together. Watch this, yeah? Atletico were missing key players. So let's look at Atletico team, guys. Oblak, Lorente, Lenormand, Longley, Galan, Gonzalez, Gallagher, Barrios, Simeone, Raspadori, and Griezmann. Yes, they were missing key players. Now, let's look at Manchester United lineup, guys. Let's make a combined 11 between Atletico Madrid and Manchester United. Lamens or Oblak? Lamens. Lorente or Amad Diallo playing right back? Lorente. Lenormand or Harry Maguire? Lenormand. Longley or Delict? This one, Delict. Galan or Luke Shaw? Galan. Gonzalez or Dallo? Gonzalez. Gallagher or Bruno Fernandes? Bruno. Barrios or Casemiro? Barrios. Giovanni Simeone or Mbuemo? Mbuemo, no problem. Raspadori or Cunha? Raspadori. Griezmann or Mason Mount up top? Griezmann. So now what? I've got about 8 Atletico players that start for Manchester United. And that doesn't involve Koke on the bench, Sorloth, Molina, Pubel, Hanchko. All of these guys were on the bench. 85-year-old Griezmann is still better than Mason Mount up top. I promise you, if I bring you Amarim himself and say, would you rather have 85-year-old Griezmann or would you rather have 27-year-old Mount? He would say 80-year-old Griezmann. So please stop it. So my thing is, it's all the wrong combinations out there. Now, we are not absolving individuals of responsibility. Salah should have scored. Isak should have scored. Gakpo should have scored. Many moments where players should have scored and many moments where players are doing better. My issue is, even if they did score, I can't guarantee that we win the game. And that for me is the saddest thing of this whole conversation. And that for me is the saddest, most miserable thing of this whole conversation. Even if we ran the same team back, I cannot guarantee you we win the game. I cannot guarantee you that we win the game, even if we scored those chances. Even if we took these chances, hand on heart, I cannot guarantee that we would have won the game. Because when Salah missed, it was still 1-0 Man United. Let's assume Salah scored. The scoreline is now 1-1. But the scoreline became 1-1 anyway, and we lost. When the scoreline was 1-1, Gakpo missed that header. If Gakpo scores that header, can I guarantee? Sorry, when it was 2-1 Man United, can I guarantee that he grabs the ball back and we load up again and we win 3-2? No, I can't guarantee it. That's the biggest problem. So, to summarize, we have no control. We have no tactics. We have no style of play. The structure is completely emptying the midfield and emptying the wings at the same time. We are giving our 120 million pound striker one chance per game. Isak should have scored. Okay, Erling Haaland scored twice against Everton. Erling Haaland also had 5 chances created for him. We create Isak one chance per game and we say Isak should have scored. Just like Isak's header against Chelsea. Remember Isak's header against Chelsea, chat? Do you guys remember Isak's header against Chelsea, chat? You guys remember it? Yeah. The Isak header against Chelsea. Isak should have scored. Okay, so why are we giving Isak only one chance per game? Because we're shit. That's why. Isak should have scored against Man United. Yeah, I agree. He should have scored. No problem. Completely agree with that. Why is my 120 million pound striker getting one chance only? Why? Ronaldo Nazario in the World Cup final in 2002 missed 3 chances, way easier than the Isak chance, and then went on and scored twice. I needs to be exactly Salim. Once again, W Salim. Haaland gets 6 chances a game. I need the striker that we signed for 120 million to have at least 4 or 5 chances created for him every game. And we're not doing that right now. We're actually not doing anything correct when you deep it. We're really not. Everything that we're doing is wrong. And that's why all the players look like shit. Now, what is the solution? Gravenberg becomes a regular DM. I start Jeremy Frimpong at right back, not at right wing, because when he's played right back, he's been way better than Conor Bradley. And just to prove I'm not crazy, just to prove I'm not going crazy, chat, who's been the better right back this season, Bradley or Frimpong? Husam has an agenda, blah, blah, blah. No problem. Tell me, chat, who's been a better right back, Bradley or Frimpong? One word answers, please. No life stories. Bradley or Frimpong, chat? Who's been a better right back? Right back. Oh, why is the whole chat saying Frimpong? Maybe it's a Bradley agenda. It's a Bradley agenda, chat. It's a Bradley agenda. Why is the whole chat saying Frimpong, man? Why is the whole chat saying Frimpong? Why? But instead, we're begging it by playing Szoboszlai right back. Why did I predict the team and predict the substitutions, and on top of this, predict the minute of the substitutions? Are we that predictable? Are we that predictable? Are we that like pathetic from a predictable perspective where I can predict everything that the team can do? All I want is one thing. I want Mamardashvili, Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk, Kerkez, Gravenberg, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, Isak, Salah. If you want to drop him, play Chiesa, no problem. I don't give a fuck. Drop anyone you want. Salah, and then Chiesa. That's all I want. I want this team once. And if we don't win, I'll insult every player. No problem. I'll insult every player. No problem. Genuinely, I'll insult every single player. I have no issue with it. You want to start a Ekitike slot? No problem. If you want to start Ekitike against Frankfurt, play Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, Gravenberg. Problem solved. Done. Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, Gravenberg. Khalas. Every problem is solved that way. Don't try to put combinations out there on the pitch that just simply do not work with each other. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to say something to you guys. I can't guarantee you that we beat Frankfurt. Massive Liverpool Football Club. I can't guarantee you that we beat Frankfurt. Can any of you guarantee that we beat Frankfurt? Guarantee me in the chat right now that we beat Frankfurt. Right now. Guarantee it. Where are Frankfurt in the Bundesliga? Let me check. Because you have to scout your opponents, right? Eintracht Frankfurt. They're currently 7th in the Bundesliga. Can I guarantee we beat them? Wallahi, I can't guarantee we beat them. Uqsim billah, Allah is my witness. I cannot guarantee we beat Frankfurt. I can't. Isn't that a reflection of the sad state of affairs at Liverpool Football Club, where I can't even guarantee you that we beat Frankfurt Football Club? I can't even guarantee you we beat Frankfurt. That's, by the way, that's how far we've fallen. We have fallen so bad, I cannot guarantee we beat Frankfurt. And I predicted the lineup. Remember it? Remember what I said? He's gonna start Verts and Ekitike with each other. Remember? So when the lineup comes out, I'll go like, yeah, remember when I told you they're gonna start with each other? Yeah, I remember. By the way, didn't Frankfurt beat Galatasaray like 5-1? Let me check actually. The same Galatasaray that we couldn't beat, by the way. Didn't they beat 5-1? I'll check it. Let me actually check this. Yep. Frankfurt beat Galatasaray 5-1, chat.
Am I dreaming? Yo! What's the point, man? Even I can't even take even the guitar cannot help me. Fucking hell. Even the guitar, wallahi, I can't even. Wallahi, I can't even the guitar. Wallahi, I can't believe it. I swear to God.
Samoa, Western Samoa, Timor, Cape Verde, Bolivia, Ecuador, Greenland, Iceland, Norway. That's what happens. Macedonia, Moldova, all these kind.
That's gonna be me on Wednesday. And that for me is the ultimate most pathetic thing of this whole stream. I can predict the lineup, I can predict the substitutions, and on top of all this, I can't guarantee you we beat Frankfurt. 19 times 20-time league champion Liverpool, 6-time Champions League winner. I cannot guarantee you we beat Eintracht Frankfurt. I don't even know one Eintracht Frankfurt player, by the way. Who the fuck is in their team? Zetterer, Collins, Koch, Thiat, Brown, Scheibe, Larson, Uzun, Knauf, Doan, Burkerdat, Amenda. Oh, they got Batshuayi. Nice. Someone from our past that can dunk on us. Great. So now, what happens next? It's all in Baldy's hand. Baldy wants to fix it up. It's in his hand. Everything Liverpool Football Club can fix every single thing, and it's all in Baldy's hand. You want to keep fucking around? Fuck around, Habibi. It will be you who finds out. It will be you who finds out. It's not anyone else that finds out. Baldy will fuck around and find out. It's up to you, Habibi. You find out. But people are slot out, and for good reason. Me personally, I'm not slot out. I'm just waiting until I feel that he can't take us further forward. So it's on him now. He fixes up this mess that he created. We're winning games of football. He doesn't fix it up. We're not going to win the games of football. Regardless, Salah starts, Gakpo starts. And I'm seeing people online immediately like, it's time for Salah to leave my club. Okay, but you also want slot out. Yes, I want slot out. Okay, so if you want slot out, why do you want Salah out then? Because you're actually acknowledging that the manager is the biggest issue. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. How about we fix the system and the style and then see how Salah plays? And if he's still shit, then we can talk about moving him on this summer. Anyway, big up to Akia who says, you're not slot out yet, but if we don't win the next 5 games, what will you think? Don't win the next 5 games. Bro, I'm looking at these next 2 fixtures first. Frankfurt and Brentford. What do you mean the next 5 games? Are you crazy? I don't think anyone in the whole chat, I think Jenny, who's probably one of the most positive, vibrant people in this whole community, will probably be saying stuff like slot out if we lose 5 games in a row. Are you crazy? Bro, forget 5 games. I'm talking about the next 2 games right here. And no one trying to wait 5 games, bro. With all due respect. Big up to JB Lama who says, don't trust youngsters, don't trust some players, can't coach defending, can't coach progressive passing, can't find good combinations in a team. Slot is axing himself out. Exactly, that's my point. It ain't even about like you wanting slot out or me wanting slot out or someone in the chat wanting slot out. It ain't about any of that. He's actually making mistakes that are only making him look dumb, only making him look stupid, only making him make all the wrong decisions. It's genuinely not on us. It's actually not on us, by the way. Like, legitimately, it's not on us. We can say anything that we want about Arne Slot. At the end of the day, it's in his hands. He has the solutions and he has the problems, and he can fix his own problems. That's it. It's as simple as that. I agree with this, by the way, JB Lama. That's why I want us to start Curtis Jones next game. I generally cannot see our next win until December, by the way. Generally, I'm not going check, bro, and look at our fixtures hand on heart. Where is the win? As things stand, if we continue playing the way that we play, then no game is a guaranteed win. Brentford is not a guaranteed win. Villa is not a guaranteed win. Madrid will slap us. City will slap us. Forest have Sean Dyche now, which means low block. PSV at home maybe is the one where we can say we can win. So that's the thing. So for me, we can blame every individual till the cows come home. Because watch this, Jack. Bradley was shit. Van Dijk was shit. Kerkez was shit. Gravenberg was shit. Soboslai was shit. McAllister was shit. Salah was shit. Isak was shit. Gakpo, even with his goal, was shit. 9 players. But okay, these 9 players, what? Do I sell them all? Do I go in January and go like, hey, all 9 of you go find a new club? That's kind of not how this works. And we all know their qualities. And we're not using the players' qualities in the correct manner. And that's simple as that. Anyway, guys, listen, apologies once again for the electricity cut. It's just not in my hand and the internet. But thank you guys so much for joining us. I appreciate you. Big up to everyone who sent in a super chat. Big up to everyone who's shown us love. And once again, shout out to the Coppish boys and to Tom Little for actually doing the whole show by themselves. I appreciate you guys. Let's try to get to 500 likes, guys, as we're live. We're just 50 likes away from 500 likes. Please do slap the like button. Please do subscribe. Keep getting involved in the chat. Keep letting me know your opinions. We're going to redirect you guys over to Footy Judge Mo. He's live right now. I'm going to see you guys over on Footy Judge Mo. Love to every single one of you guys. Husam raid in Footy Judge Mo's chat. And I'll see you guys later.